Hi everybody, thanks so much for checking in again this week at Wellington. I've just sat down fresh from the makeup chair, so I hope I look good. No, I'm kidding, I don't wear makeup. Hey look, this week I just wanted to talk to you guys about how the Wellington market is comparing nationally against the other main centres and what's going on across the whole of the country. We've heard quite a bit through the media, I suppose, that property prices are flattening, and it does seem to be an overall trend, although there are a couple of areas that seem to be bucking the trend, so we'll have a look at those. Starting in Auckland, over the last 12 months, they've gone up just 1%, and in the last 2 months, they've gone back by 0.1%. So the Auckland market essentially has flattened, It's completely flat, really, if you're looking at that. The average sales price there now is $1,054,000. Now, we'll all remember a time going back 2 years when it was quite big news that the average sales price in Auckland was $1 million. So if you think that that was some time ago now, it hasn't really gone up, just 50,000 over the last couple of years since that news came out. And so things pretty flat in Auckland. Very similar story in Christchurch. In fact, it's completely flat in Christchurch. No growth in the last 12 months, absolutely zero. And in the last 2 months, they've gone back by just 0.1%. So essentially it's flat. The average house price there is $495,000. Still pretty good value compared to some other regions in New Zealand, but dead flat over the last 12 months. I'm going to come back to Wellington. Dunedin is the one main centre that is bucking all the trends essentially and still growing as a property market. Over the last 12 months, 9.4% growth, but in the last 2 months, 4%, which is a lot in 2 months. The average selling price there, over $400,000 now, $408,000. So that is the one exception pretty much nationally where it still seems to be quite strong and there still seems to be demand for properties in Dunedin. So now coming back to Wellington, over the last 12 months we have gone up by 3.8%, but in the last 2 months we've actually gone back by 1.2% over the last 2 months. Now the average selling price in Wellington at the moment is $754,000. Now that is down a weenie bit. It's been as high as about $770. Over the last year or so it's been fluctuating sort of in the $760s. You can see a small decline there, which just shows that we are flattening off a little bit in the Wellington market, which is probably common to a theme that you've heard through all the media anyway. Now the one other region I wanted to talk about, which is really just different from everywhere else, is Queenstown. Now we all know that Queenstown is a beautiful place and who the heck wouldn't want to live there really, but the property market there has gone up 9.6% in the last 12 months and up 3.5% in the last 2 months. The average sales price there is now $1,100,053. So Queenstown, very, very popular, but I think you can see why big money being offered for houses down there. Hey, I hope you find that helpful.